go get them again.
Welcome back to Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Creed, and you see it right here. It is Absolu Aventus, and this is not the triple aged batch or the newest batch of this. This is the returned product from fragflex.com, which I need to decant, but hey, let's do a video. This is going to be guaranteed 1,000 hits on my channel at least. So Aventus, I'm going to give you, like, if you're just stumbling, and this is probably going to bring a lot of new faces and eyes to my channel. I'll be honest, Aventus is, I'm an old guy, okay? So when I first started my channel, I was one of the first ones to review Millésime Imperial, to Green Irish Tweed, to Arolfa, all the old Creeds. There was no Creed fragrance reviews on YouTube when I first started. In 2010, I started talking about them. And what a snowball effect that happened. So apparently this is a limited edition. Apparently then it got triple H batched. And then, don't get me started with that, by the way. And now it's back. It's reissued. So this is obviously part of that initial launch. I don't see a sticker or anything like that that says Triple H batch. That's just a marketing ploy, by the way. Just because it was sitting in bottles because it wasn't sold doesn't mean it's triple aged. I think Mugler did the same thing with pure malt marketing, right? Don't get it. And limited edition is also something that the brand of Creed has done before. They've done this before, limited batches, and it's just marketing. It's to get people to purchase the product that they think is going to be valued more, collectors, things like that. For me, Aventus, and again, I'm just to new faces out there, I never liked Aventus. I felt it was designer-ish as a scent profile. And what do I mean by that? It just smells like, it doesn't smell, to me, it really was a disappointment. It's not something I enjoy wearing. It is a very pedestrian fragrance when I do wear it. I refuse to review that thing. I'm going to review it on my retirement party when nobody cares about Aventus anymore. But it's a fragrance that garners compliments, and it's all these empty promises of compliments and things like that. Yeah, there's a gazillion fragrances that smell like Aventus now that are like 30 bucks. And it just kind of makes you wonder what the recipe really is of Creed Aventus, because other brands can do it for really, really cheap. So this one, let's get back to it. Aventus Cologne, I also unboxed on my channel, so you can check that one out. I unboxed Aventus Cologne a few years back. I bought it from Fragrance X, and that one also smelled designer-ish. It smelled like just a regular, and that's the thing, right? I'm expecting the same kind of thing here. So we will see. I'm not a hype man. So if that's someone that you want to subscribe to, you should probably subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button. Smash it. Much appreciated. And to my diehards, welcome back to the channel. We are going to debunk the hype, aren't we? Now let's take a look at the note breakdown. Actually, a pretty big note breakdown. We got the, you got the original Aventus, bergamot, pineapple kind of look, but there's a lot more to this one, I think, in the note breakdown. So there's quite a bit in here. It was released in 2023 and then reissued this year, 2024. So let's delve into it, right? Returned product. Nice little 75 mils. So are they cheapening us out of 25 mils to be 100 mil? Or are they giving us an extra 25 because it's really supposed to be a 50 mil? We'll never know. So the box itself, nothing crazy here. The bottle itself, I like the all black. Sure. A little shinier than my bottle of GIT. Nice heavy cap. All black, by the way. So let's put it on strip first, and then we'll put it on skin. Let's delve into Absolu Aventus. And again, a hype beast within the fragrance community. A lot of people love this stuff. Let's smell it. Yeah. All right, so let's get this out of the way. It does smell like a designer fragrance. It's clearly a price gouging fragrance from Creed. The quality from this brand has gone downhill quite quickly, and it's passed hands like twice now in so many years. It's probably hard to get any consistency out of the brand when it's switching ownership like that in short years like that. It takes time to build a brand. Well, does it smell like Aventus? Yes, it smells in the family, and I like saying that. Like I hate saying like fragrance reviewers that say other things like it smells exactly like it or it doesn't smell like it. Yeah, stop. Okay, this has the Aventus family base on it. It's there. That scent profile is there. It's a close cousin. I wouldn't say it's like a brother to Aventus, but it has that DNA, especially up top here. It may go different with time in the dry down, but so this opening still has that bergamot punch that has that a little bit of that pineapple hue. Yeah, bergamot can do that, and it does it in Aventus, and it does it here as well. It has actually quite a bit of sparkle in it with the black currant. Black currant is a very good secondary note in a lot of fragrances. I prefer it as a primary note. Like when it's done really well, black currant smells great. There's some spice in here. There's a little bit of pink pepper with a little bit of cinnamon. So there's a spicy kick. So spicy, citrusy kind of thing, but nothing wow here. And again, that's the problem with the original Aventus. Actually, honestly, I'd probably prefer the original Aventus to this. And again, I have an old bottle, right? I have a launch bottle. I haven't smelled a new batch Aventus. So I don't know what to tell you about that. I get a little bit of sandalwood. I get a little bit of the musks here. The problem is the star of the show are the citruses in here. And I mean like the lighter notes. And that's what Creed's bread and butter used to be, right? Light notes. Things like blackcurrant and the bergamot are really just shining in this fragrance. But the problem with citruses is they burn off quickly in fragrances. And right now what I'm getting is that development that the spices are taking over more. And some woods. There's a little bit of ginger in here that with the black currants kind of gives it a little kick, like a little oomph. Is there floral in here? There's rose listed. Smells like a lavender to me. Huh. No lavender listed in the note breakdown. Huh. That's interesting. This has a... Now I'm confused. It has a lavender, not straight up barbershop-y, but it has that scent profile in it. That's not going straight up barbershop, but it's going like fougere quality in the back end. A little bit of cardamom here parking through with the cinnamon. And the ginger. It smells designerish though. Like there's no wow factor in here, but now I'm confused though. What am I smelling? That has to be lavender. Okay. Well, to me, this fragrance smells like, what can I say? Like another Club de Nuit remix. That's what it smells like. It smells like Armaf or Rasasi or one of these Middle Eastern poo-poo brands make their Aventus clones, and they make like several different kinds of flavors. It smells like that. it really doesn't bring anything new to the table. Like it does, but it doesn't, and I don't prefer it. I feel like it's okay, but it's, again, like, yeah, it smells like a Middle Eastern Aventus clone with a little twist to it. You know, it doesn't have that smoky facet. It almost has like a dark, like a lavender with lots of spices. It reminds me of something. Yeah. So at the end of the day, Absolu Aventus. First of all, they're asking what, 500, 600 USD? USD? Ooh, that is a tough sell. It's a designer scent profile. Like what I mean by that is I mean it smells like 120 bucks, maybe 150, but I'm pushing it now. Definitely not worth the price. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely not worth even discounter pricing. I don't know what Fragflex is selling this for, but probably still around 400. No, no, thank you. No, it really. Aventus I got just because I wear it from time to time. I think I prefer the original over this. Honestly, this has like a flatness to it after the initial burst of citruses, which are excellently done, by the way. The spices are okay, but they don't have that character to them that a lot of spices do in the niche realm, that they have like a roundness to them. They have different facets, and they have the type of color that the citruses have in this fragrance. It feels like the citruses have the color, but the rest of the fragrance doesn't have much color to it. It smells, and that's what I mean by a designer fragrance, where like a designer fragrance kind of has this flatness to it to a lot of them that really just goes bleh. And this has that bleh. Like the only, you know, if you want a true full fragrance reviewer, and I know like some people will absolutely love this, and there's nothing wrong with posting online and saying that you love this fragrance. I'm not saying that those people are wrong. I would just be wary of the people that are singing praise to this kind of fragrance profile for this price. Personally, if you're asking me, you know, one frag head to another, I would say this is good for a collector. If you're collecting Aventus or you're collecting Creeds, I'm a collector myself personally. Like I have at least two, maybe 3 dozen Creeds in my collection. I kind of stopped, but I'm not an Aventus kind of guy. But funny enough, I own Aventus and the cologne version. But when I wear them, I feel very plain. Aventus versus the cologne feels very, very plain. The original Aventus has a little bit of sparkle to it, but it has a little je ne sais quoi, which is why it's so popular. But this is for the collectors out there. Personally, for that price tag and for what you're getting, that's who I'd recommend it to. I wouldn't recommend it to replace your Aventus. I wouldn't, like, if you're running low on Aventus, would I recommend this over it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is poor made, personally. I feel like it was made for stuff that is being released now. I feel like it's taking, I don't know, I'm smelling lavender in here, and I might be wrong. It's not in the note breakdown, but this back end is very familiar. So it's kind of smelling like, yeah, a designer release. Anyway, this just isn't as made as what I remember Creed being. Like Green Irish Tweed, when I first smelled that one, when I first smelled Virgin Island Water, Medicine Imperial, Erolfa, even Royal Oud. Royal Oud, if you see my video on that thing, loved it. Viking even has, you know, I like that one. It doesn't have the sparkle of the others, but it's still an excellent scent. I think Royal Oud was the last one that I was just like, wow. But yeah, this is like a small step above a designer recipe. And even then, I'm being generous. So yeah, Absolu Aventus, meh. On to the next. That's exactly how I feel about this one. Now, you can find this one at fragflex.com. And again, don't do the FOMO thing. I know I'm late, so basically all the FOMO people already bought their bottles. But honestly, next time Creed does this kind of trick to you, like limited edition stuff like that, don't fall for it. But you can find this at fragflex.com like I did, and you can use my code TFG10 to get 10% off. Again, well, it's going to be a big 10% if you're purchasing this. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. You can agree, you can disagree with my thoughts on the fragrance. Again, this is just a first impression. Take it with a grain of salt. It is one guy's opinion that has a YouTube channel. I'm never going to meet you. So if you love this thing, I can see the appeal. It's a nice scent profile. But again, like all the stuff I review, all have nice scent profiles. I'm just trying to tell you versus what the brand has done in the past. To versus the price range and things like that. I'm trying to educate as much as I can in my videos. I'm not trying to make fun of you that you're wearing this stuff. If you have the money, honestly, I would see money being spent better elsewhere. You can get two really good niche fragrances at like, I'm assuming this is around 600 USD. So for 300 USD, you can get two really good niche fragrances, or you can get 3 to 4 really good designer fragrances. Well, not anymore. Probably only 3 designer fragrances now. They're getting to $200, at least Canadian here. It's getting ridiculous, sort of the pricing. But yeah, I can't wait to see the comments. I know there's going to be some good and some bad, but personally, those are my thoughts on this initial impression. And I'm sure a lot of you, my diehards, knew this was coming. You weren't going to be surprised unless they were going to really rejig the Aventus DNA. You know, you haven't seen an Aventus bottle in any of my top 10 lists for good reason. So yeah, as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your mega expensive limited edition fragrances wisely. Think twice on those ones. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.